provide guidance both for key individuals and the FSP concerned. These questions are more of an indicator of whether or not the candidate will meet the FSP requirements for key individuals. If any of these factors exist in the life history of a key individual nominee, then they will not meet the FAIS Act honesty and integrity requirements. A person may not be approved as a key individual if the person was found guilty in any criminal proceedings or liable in any civil proceedings of acting fraudulently, dishonestly, unprofessionally, dishonorably, or in breach of a fiduciary duty within 5 years before application, approval, and appointment. The person was found guilty by any statutory professional body or voluntary professional body of dishonesty, negligence, incompetence, mismanagement serious enough to impugn the honesty and integrity of the FSP, key individual, within 5 years before application, approval, and appointment. If the person was denied membership of any statutory professional body or voluntary professional body because of an act of dishonesty, negligence, incompetence, or mismanagement within 5 years before application, approval, and appointment. The person was found guilty by a regulatory or supervisory body of an act of dishonesty, negligence, incompetence, or mismanagement serious enough to impugn the honesty and integrity of the FSP, KI, within 5 years before application, approval, and appointment. The FSP had its authorization to carry on business, any license withdrawn or suspended by any regulatory or supervisory body because of an act of dishonesty, negligence, incompetence, or mismanagement within 5 years before application, approval, and appointment. The person was disqualified or prohibited by a court from taking part in the management of any company or other statutorily created, recognized, or regulated body, current or not, within 5 years before application, approval, and appointment. It is important to note that these requirements of honesty and integrity must be met by a key individual at all times. So even after appointment by the registrar, if a key individual's personal situation changes after appointment and approval, then the registrar must be informed via a profile change, which we will discuss later. Honesty and integrity is a basic concept that applies to both representatives and key individuals. The only difference is that the FSP and/or the KI will be appointing and approving the representatives. The registrar is not involved in the process of approving the representative. The FSP can use whatever means to establish if a representative indeed meets the requirements for honesty and integrity. The FSP, the financial institution, can use the same kind of approach that is used for key individuals. In other words, the criteria we looked at earlier applies to reps as well. So be sure to be familiar with the situations that would remove a candidate from consideration for the position of representative. Although the FAIS registrar has no say in the appointment of a representative, the registrar will utilize any available information